Declare yourself to be a native people, native blacks. You're the oldest population here. Point two, and then and declare your exceptionality. Say that you're entitled to things that have never been given to you. That you're exceptional people and you've been mistreated and maltreated. And so don't say, and because of that, don't include me in these very broad, ambiguous groups. Get out of affirmative action. I have the dubious honor of writing the first affirmative action plan in the United States in 1970-71 for the state of Florida. I wrote that plan not for minorities, I wrote it for black folks, but it was diluted and watered down and corrupted about 6 or 7 months after I wrote it. It went all over the country, saying it was for affirmative action for all people. Mm-hmm. And so I want blacks to get out of affirmative action and go for reparations.
I was getting ready to say that very clearly.
That's right.
You're saying affirmative action. Get away from that.
Get away from it.
Start talking specifically, succinctly about reparations.
That's right. And put your own self-interest first. Quit trying to be altruistic and trying to represent everybody. Every time there's a march for anybody, you out there marching, leading the parade. You start saying, no, I'm gonna put my interest first, because and understand that God sent you here black. Blackness is your badge of honor, it's your exceptionality, it's your course to get out of this problem. And then what you do, then you say, I want to also rebuild my own communities. Go back and rebuild your own communities. Rebuild your own, and in those communities, do what you had before the 1960s. Rebuild, you put your own businesses in there. So right now, we do not have not one single community in America. All we got are black neighborhoods. And everybody else got communities. You cannot, Rock, be a competitive group with neighborhoods. You got to have communities. And every group coming to America, the first thing they do in the West Coast, the Japanese, Asian, the Arabs, anybody, they say, first thing we're going to do is build communities. We're going to find somebody that look like us, build us a community. So you got Arab towns, Korea towns, China towns, Japan towns, little Saigons, you got little Havanas, little Hialeahs, you got little Italy, you got Greek towns, Pole towns, Hockey towns, any kind, but you never find a black town because we are integrated. And integration means you scattered and lost your power and your resources. And you cannot run a business with scattered resources. It can't be done. So you build your own communities, and a community is where you store your value, your culture, your history, your tax base, your jobs, and your employment opportunities. You store them in your own communities. That's why 98% of all these other groups, they have their own communities, spend their money with their own people. We got it backwards. We go to other people's community, we go to other people's jobs to help them. And only 2% of the blacks in America work in their own community, in their own neighborhoods for their own people and got jobs. And so you got to build these communities. Then you start practicing group economics and group politics. You pull out all the parties, build your own black independent parties, move away from the Republican Party, pull out the Democratic Party, because neither one of them have your interests at heart, and create your own parties, but don't run any candidates. So we will vote for any candidate in the National Black Independent Party who would promise the most and deliver resources to black folk to correct the structural inequity we're into. And I go through politics, show you how to play the politics. Keep your money with your own people, hire your own people, practice group economics from the bottom to the top.